Hello, jazz music enthusiasts. I'm Glenn Santos. I want to introduce you to the Three Act Sisters Volume 3. This has just been done recently, and it incorporates a lot of their stuff from the 1930s, radio mostly. This is an indicator of what's on the record. So let me explain a little bit. First of all, let me excuse my hat because I'm having bad hair day. So I just want to cover that up. The 30s here incorporates stuff from video, or I should say film, movie film, and I've taken the sound portion and put for Why Don't You Practice What You Preach is on that from a Vitaphone film soundtrack, X Marks the Spot, 1935. I have I guess that's it, just on the video on this one. I do have film soundtrack for the first one, though. One moment. From the Centennial Celebration, Volume 1. I'm primarily going to be explaining Volume 3 now, but I do have a few updates that I'm going to add to Three Act Sisters research progress. So on Centennial Celebration Volume 1, I'll just briefly state, I did find from the 1920 Star Theater, which I had thought initially was the earliest jazz event, Pearl Hamilton with that, with the Moret sisters. That is not the case. 1919, I believe, was the earliest that I know of for now with the Moret sisters. And I think that was in St. Louis. If you check on Wikipedia, I have that update in there. One of these days I'm going to upgrade the Palladium info also, because I do have the Savoy Havana Band noted on that. So with that being said, I can get into the other one. I should mention that I was going to go to a jazz symposium, jazz record bash, I think they called it, but I've got some car issues and I cannot make it, and I'm doing this. I'm keeping up with it. This is a record label, Volume 1. So let me explain on Volume 3. Volume 3 has 2 interviews. One interview is with Sylvester Ahola. He's a trumpeter. He played with the Savoy Orpheans. I'm not sure if he was with the Savoy Havana Band, but he traveled with that grouping when they went over to England in 1927. He also was part of the Paul Speck Band and a few other bands that I have found out in the early 1930s that he also played in with Three Act Sisters of that time period. I have not been able to put them together fully as being continuous musicians. They had a lot of bands of that time period, but he seems to be a significant part, and he explained to a fellow in 1983, Nick Dello, who was an interviewer. Nick gave me permission to use some of his stuff, that just some of the surroundings and events that he was part of in 1927 in England, seeing Jack Smith, who was the singer that the Hamilton Sisters and Fordyce replaced in the theater production over there, Blue Skies. There was also a theater production over there that they were in called, I don't know if it was The Girlfriend, if that was the name of the production, or it was another Rodgers and Hart inspired musical that was over there. But the Savoy Hotel Orpheans did record an instrumental, and I put this on the disc because it is a flip side song to one of the songs that they did of that time period. And same band, so I figured why not include it in there? It gives a lot of the instrumental performance, and it notes in that music. So I have Blue Skies on here that has a male vocalist. According to this version, HMV B5220, and in parentheses it says 5-99, which is a 1927 recording in London. It says unknown male vocalist. It sounds a lot like Whisper and Jack Smith. Now, if it's not him, I don't know who it is, but they are noting that he has backup vocalists with him on this. It could be male vocalist. I'm not really sure who it is, but he has some arrangement with him. And Blue Skies, one of the theater productions that the Hamilton System Ford was in, was also their theme song. So I don't have a recording of that, but I do have this recording, kind of a rarity, and someone's singing it, and it's a pretty nice version. So I included it on this because it's tied into their early recording effort. Why I'm putting some of the notations on this album for that. What else do I have that's important here? Blue Room I have on here. I have some 1930 stuff. By the way, it's 1927, but I included that because I wanted the full aspect of their early music included that hasn't been included in other places. They've showed up on George Gershwin's CD recently, Carol Gibbons' CD, Savoy Hotel CD, and Ambrose CD. But I want it to be fuller. I want to make sure their stuff is out there, and that's why I'm doing this. So I got Shuffle Off the Buffalo on here, which is with Harry Salter Orchestra. Pearl's on the piano, and I got the notations from, I think it was Variety or Film Daily that had noted that she played piano when she was with Harry Salter when it came their time to sing. So you might want to note that if you hear it and it's something important in that nature, then you have that kind of documentation. I have This Is My Last Affair, So Many Memories. I do not know who the pianist is. I do have the notations on here on WEAF, which is the NBC program, 1937. I have an interview with Mary Small and Ernie Watson Orchestra. That's September 29th, 1940. So this fits all right in jazz rarities and whatever's going on at that jazz bash. And she explains a lot of it. I wish I could have brought it. I was going to bring one. I was going to give to Dave, and I was going to bring a few with me and see if I could plug it along, but I can't be there for this one. So if there is interest and anyone wants to purchase one, contact me on this site, Glenn's Journey at gmail.com. I'll spell that out, GLENNSJOURNEY at gmail.com. I'll see what I could do about getting one to you. There's a cost to them. I only did a 10 count on this one, so I'm figuring with shipping and whatnot, it's like $50. If I can ever do a quantity, I can probably lower the price on these. I'm thinking maybe I can go 25, 30, but right now I cannot because the cost is out of pocket, And I really want to try to keep a flow going to do a couple more because there is some stuff that my grandma Pearl has done during the latter part of the Three Act Sisters and the 40s and even into the early 50s. She's still recording a lot of her late 30s, early 40s stuff. And I think it's still significant enough to put that down on record. Some of the stuff, which is just demo and her, uh, I believe Three Exorcists did. I got a lot of little notation here and there on it, and I'm going to include some of this stuff on the live concept album, which is what I'm doing next. I'll show you. The live concept album, which I have just on a little, I don't know if you can see it, is a whoops. Uh, you can see it. Can you read it? I don't know. Um, anyway, the live version, some of it's live stuff. I think the majority of stuff on this is live. I got a Best Foods commercial in there, Shuffle Off the Buffaloes live. These are from the radio programs, live stuff. It's all 1930s oriented. I'm going to put Brave Matador, which is a demo she did 1952. But 1939 is when she wrote this thing. I believe it was part of the Rio Rita um, song set she did when it was a swing review they did in 1939. I think this was part of the Jive Rumba, Brave Matador, and it might have been another one. I don't know if it was Frenesy, if it was tryout version there, or something else. They were doing a lot of different stuff at that time. So I'm not going to get too into what some of these songs are, but the the aspect is if it wasn't live and the audience is there, it was something they did live, and I have documentation to fill it in. It's as close as I can get, but I have a lot of songs I want to do stuff with. I can't get them all in the way I want to. I think this really fits the trick on and how to do it. So that's that. This is in relation to Volume One, Centennial Celebration. This is an artist, no, an advertiser's recording service record. It's falling apart now. I think I possibly could only play off one song if I had to, and I don't even know if I'll do that. There's another piece that just fell. But this stuff's getting old. Yours and Mine, If Mothers Could Live On Forever, and It Looked Like Rain in Cherry Blossom Lane. This is from July 20, 1937. Let's see if I can get it in there and if it's readable. Is it readable at all? Got a lot of reflection going on. That's kind of readable if you can see it. But this is the original disc from the radio station. They had people recording stuff down in the lobby area. You can pay them to record your program, and that's what this is. This is one of them. This is the one with the coating they put on the outside. And as you can see, this side is really going. This one is Old Clothes. I put a lot of this stuff onto cassette tape a while ago, so I've got the songs. The records are not really there too much. One more I want to show you since it's right here with me. I don't remember what one it is. I'd have to play it to find out. But it's one of their aluminum discs. I don't know if I ever showed any of this before, but it looks like just a disc. But it has their stuff on it. This is earlier. This is, I believe, 33. I think maybe 34, could be 35. And that was one of the other ways they did it. So, with that being said, um, just bringing the research project into full focus, and I'll let you know as I make more of them. Have a good time, and if you like the reacts to this stuff, let me know. I'll see what I can do about letting you know how to get a hold of the stuff. All right? Thanks. Have a good day.